We on the grind, it's game time. Light shine, all eyes on the line. Every move, every play, we define. Party lit, feeling prime. From the bench to the field, we climb. Champion rise, this our time. No fear, no limits, we prime. Bring the heat, watch it shine. This leg is wrong, we on grind. It's game time. Light shine, all eyes on the line. Every move, every play, we define. Heart be loud, feel the prime. From the bench to the field, we climb.
Hey, November may be time for some postseason football, but for us tonight, it is the start of the girls' basketball season. From Case Arena, Frankfort High School, it's the Hot Dogs hosting the Fountain Central Mustangs. Now, Fountain Central gets a head start, a couple of games already under their belt. It is the first game under the era of Bethany Meacham, officially the head coach after taking over on an interim basis last season. Frankfort with a undefeated mentality as they come in the season opener tonight. Should be a great one. Hello and welcome in, Nathaniel Finch with Joe Rook. Joe, like I said, this is a exciting time to start any season across any sport, but basketball, really excited to see what the Bethany Meacham era has in store.
Absolutely. Looking forward to the night. The first games, for us, man, you don't know what to expect, but by golly, you're ready for the season. You're excited. And like you said, Coach Meacham, I've heard good things about the preseason practice. They've had good practices, so we're anxious to see what they got.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Abstract Technology Group, doing IT differently, making it simple. By Day & Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. By Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. The Frankfort Eagles post 976, people helping people. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. We talked about this squad a little bit. Frankfort 0-23 a year ago, but it's a new start. It is a fresh beginning, and we're certainly excited to see what the Hot Dogs can do here tonight. How about we'll take a look at the first look. It is brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. You see some of the numbers there. And just in terms of this matchup, this is a squad in Frankfort that has only beat Fountain Central once, and it came way back in the 2018-2019 season. So when you have that going against you and the fact that you've lost 24 straight games now, you can kind of think that this is clearly going to be a Fountain Central win. But again, when it's the season opener, when you have no idea what the squad looks like, we have no idea if Frankfort, maybe they can go undefeated this year, right? That's the mentality you have to have.
You're absolutely right. You got to forget last year, got to have that short-term memory. As you can see there, Fountain Central last year, 20 wins, 5 losses. Frankfort did not get a win. So like you said, you think coming in, Fountain Central could be all over this. But let's see what Coach Meacham and the Hot Dogs have in store.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, where recycling makes sense. Now, we talked about Meacham and what she can bring here as the official head coach. Of course, took over on an interim basis for a few games last season. But how about Sam Carr? Sustained success with the Mustangs. This is his 4th season, already off to a hot start. But how about 2 straight 19-win seasons? You saw up there at the first look, they won 20 games last year, the first time they'd done that in nearly a decade. He has been a fantastic head coach since joining the Mustangs program.
Absolutely. He's had great success, got the program on track probably for another good season. They're starting out 2-0, so I think he's got the program going in the direction that he wants.
A strong start like you mentioned there. You get a win pretty convincingly at West Lafayette on Tuesday, and then at home against Clinton Prairie last night. Double-figure victories there. But that means tonight you're playing your 3rd game in 4 days, and you're playing on the 2nd night of a back-to-back. And obviously these are high school girls. They've got plenty of energy, but you never know how a team's going to react when you're playing that many games in such a short span, especially to start the season.
Yeah, you sure don't. But like you said, the girls, you got to figure they've had a lot of good pre-season training. They're in good shape. So probably doesn't bother. But like you said, you never know until you do it.
Let's take a look at some players to watch from the ISC Sports Network. Local lives here. And for Frankfort, this one is pretty obvious. It is going to be Ava Jarman. Boy, she did everything for this squad as a freshman last year. Your top scorer, your top rebounder, all that. And now she's a sophomore. Now she has command of this team. She's the clear leader, the clear best player, and you think it can only go up from here.
Absolutely. That's putting a pretty good load on the shoulders of a sophomore. But, so be it for Ava. I think she's up to it. She played all the games last year as a freshman, so she has good experience. Hopefully that leads to a good night for her tonight.
You look at the numbers there, nearly 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, and that might not sound like a ton, but this is a squad that only averaged 19 points a game last season, so she's nearing that halfway mark of her team's production scoring-wise as a freshman. I think big things in store for Jarman, and we will certainly keep an eye on her, the player to watch for this team. How about some keys to victory? Brought to you by Tier 1 Meat Company, where every cut is elite and every customer is family.
We'll try to get these in here quickly. The FF Troop, I put that in there. The Frankfort fundamentals, the dribbling, passing, catching, it's key. I know they've been working on that in the preseason. Let's see what they got. Turnovers, Frankfort averaged 28 turnovers last year. That's very hard to overcome. Let's see how that goes this year in the leadership. As you had mentioned earlier, not a senior for either club. Let's see if that has any effect on tonight's game.
How rare is that? No senior for either high school team. It's pretty incredible.
Very different, yes.
When you look at Frankfort a season ago, 19 points per game. That's the lowest since at least the turn of the century, since before I was born. Now that's when the stats stopped being tracked. So I have no idea. That very well could have been among the worst of all time in this program's history. The reason I bring this up, it can only get better from here. You don't win a game last year. You don't score, all that. It can only be up from here, and excited to see what this new season can look like. We're going to step aside, and when we return, we'll have tip-off for you here from Case Arena, Frankfort High School.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
In this town, game day starts long before kickoff. It's the work behind the scenes that makes champions. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we prep with the same focus, discipline, and pride as the hometown heroes we feed. From our block to your block, fuel every victory. Tier 1 Meat Company. Mission, feed the fans. Standard, champion quality. Scan the QR code for a game day upgrade.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the Knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Welcome back to Case Arena, home of the Frankfort Hot Dogs tonight. Frankfort and Fountain Central, and it is the season opener for the home team. I'm Nathaniel Finch with Joe Rook here on the Hot Dog Network, and we'll take a look at the starting lineups. You see them there. A couple key players to keep an eye on. How about the first two on the list, and Wesley and Nolan, a couple of newcomers from this squad, and Nolan certainly a strong start to the year, 13 points a game through their 2 contests. Good. Ashwell and Bacon, very good complementary pieces as well, and we'll certainly give you more information on that lineup. And for the Hot Dogs, pretty impressive to see a couple of freshmen crack the starting lineup, one of which Sophie Michael. Coach Meacham had specifically pointed out, saying she is going to be a big factor for this team this season. So you see Kyril, you see Michael there, both as freshmen. But the big player to keep an eye on is the sophomore forward, Ava Jarman. You see her there. She is going to be the key piece to this offense. As good as Frankfurt can be, it will go through number 24. Excited to see how that goes. And then Flores and Wills, a couple of key players to keep an eye on as well.
Sure. So, yeah, as you mentioned, for Frankfurt, a couple of freshmen starting, getting thrown right in there. So I've heard they've had good reviews this preseason. So hats off to them and see what they got tonight.
Your starting lineups brought to you by Ardente Dental. Healthy smiles start here. And you see the official right there with the basketball. Bob Lynn, Bryce Barton, and Ron Miller, the crew today. That's brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. We're ready to get this game and this season underway. The Hot Dogs start it now. Of course, the third game in 4 nights for Fountain Central. It's one heck of a way to start the season.
Not wasting any time, getting right in there.
Yeah, you see the dark uniforms for the road team, the Mustangs with it. And this is Citrus Wesley. We talked about her and Nolan as a couple of newcomers on this squad. It's certainly an offense that is going to be patient, coached by Sam Carr in his 4th year with this team.
Frankfurt girls starting out in the zone, which they employed a lot last year.
And right on cue, it's Wesley, but she misses, and it's a good rebound for Sophie Michael, who we talked about in the pregame, a freshman who Coach Meacham really loves. Here's a quick turnover. That's one of the keys to the game, and that results directly in points. That was Henley Good.
Henley Good, one of the experienced players from last year for Fountain Central.
Albeit limited time, just the 3rd game, but she's averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. I mean, she's been a key piece so far off the ball. Here's one from downtown, another rebound for the Hot Dogs. They did all right rebounding the basketball last season. They look to continue that.
Sure. I think the zone defense employed by the Hot Dogs help them find their player to box out, so seen that on the first 2 possessions.
There's Michael. She misses a lot of contact, but the freshman is willing to shoot the ball. I think that's something that Meacham will empower her to do this season.
Sure. No need to be bashful. You're out there. If you're open, take the shot.
Again, a patient offense here for the 2-0 Mustangs. They've had a couple of good looks. This is good. And now Wesley. And a turnover. That's a key today, and this time Frankfurt does a good job on the defensive end to steal that.
That was Flores. Who has good hands, good athletic ability. Would look for bright things for her this year. I thought last year as a freshman she had some very good moments.
Here's Jarman. Nearly had it poked away. Bit of a point forward position. She's one of the bigger girls on this roster, and she also handles the ball about as many as anybody else. Here's a look from beyond the arc. It can't go in from Kyril. At least early on, looking pretty competent, Frankfurt has.
Yeah, I mean, haven't got the first 2 shots to go down. The 2 freshman starters are the one that has the first shots, but like I said, you know, you're out there on the floor. If you're open, you got to shoot it.
And defensively playing pretty well to start the year.
I think the zone, like I said, helps them with their box-out capabilities, finding people.
And maybe snatching a couple steals as well. They already have one, nearly had a second one there.
Fountain Central showing good patience, good ball movement.
Wesley, some tough defense there from Flores. You get the liberty of no shot clock. You can take your time, but it certainly has taken a while to find a good shot. And there it is, the first 3-pointer of the game as Bella Bacon gets one from downtown.
The 2 players that coming back probably has most experience. Bacon and Good have the first 5 points for the Mustangs.
We'll get the shoe addressed here. Reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles, Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by. That is 408 North Main Street in Frankfurt. And she steps out of bounds. You get the steal, then you turn it right back over. A second chance for the Hot Dogs.
Sure, that was as you're right. Yeah, make the good play, step out of bounds. Frankfurt lucky to get the ball back there.
Jarman with it, and she's being pressured heavily. Boy, a couple chances for takeaways.
Frankfurt living very dangerously right now with that ball.
And we'll have a jump ball situation here. Possession arrow stays with the home team. Wills gets it and shoots it immediately. Frankfurt still looking for its first bucket tonight.
First shot, as we mentioned earlier. Frankfurt come in averaging, 19 points last year?
Yeah, that's right.
Points are hard to come by.
Another three, and another one good. It is Henley Good, and she's got her 5th point.
Well, as zone tendencies, if you have good ball movement, you're going to find some open shots. And West Fountain Central showing good patience with that zone.
Same colors, I get it.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Frankfurt's going to have to try to play Tri-West if they want. You got to work for it now that they are in separate conferences.
Yeah.
They left the Sagamore Conference. We'll certainly talk more about that as you see the replay here. A little too much contact from underneath.
Frankfurt lucky didn't pick up a foul, but.
Now in the Monon Athletic Conference, does that mean when these teams are out playing on a Tuesday night, can we call that Maction? Is that allowed?
Yeah, anything's allowed.
Probably can't put that on a T-shirt, but I'll say what I want, right?
Yeah.
Forming a conference with a few members of that Sagamore Conference. We see another one. How about this left wing just living there? Bella Bacon with her 2nd. It was a 16-4 run that the Mustangs got out to yesterday. And here, another quick start. And the jump ball will award Fountain Central the basketball.
Couple new faces in for Frankfurt there. See if we can get them tagged and identified.
Past the halfway mark of this quarter. At least some tight defense here. And one from under the bucket goes successful. Bella Bacon, a hot start. She has 8 points already. Another shot from downtown, and this one rattles out. They'll say it was touched last by a hot dog. So another chance for Fountain Central. Yeah, get a good look here. Another chance from underneath the bucket and another miss. They'll say again that it was touched by a hot dog. So a couple chances now for Fountain Central. And look at this one here.
Probably, I think, got the right call.
And this time out by a Mustang, so Frankfurt will have a chance. Boy, if that happened a third time, it would have been demoralizing.
Yeah, Frankfurt needs to maintain their discipline on that zone defense. Box them out. Can't let the Mustangs control the offensive glass.
As that one pops out of bounds, it will remain in possession of Frankfurt. A couple of those newcomers into the game that you mentioned, Jackie Tovar Gihosa, Serenity Reagan. And it looks like even maybe a couple of more new players will come in. We'll identify those after the timeout. What do you think about the start here for Fountain Central? Came out hot and continued to shoot it well.
Yeah, up 13-0. That's a start that Coach Carr would have been looking for this evening. It doesn't seem like there's to be any hangover from the previous night. So great start for Fountain Central. Frankfurt still with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, still looking for their first points there of the game.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home with locations in Frankfurt, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda Funeral Home dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first.
If any of the fans wanted to know about the JV game, it was played just for one half. Fountain Central won that game 23-4.
And the reason that they only play one half, Fountain Central's numbers kind of low this year, but the fact that they have so much talent at the top of the roster, really impressive.
Yeah. Numbers are down a little bit, but it looks like the varsity is well set for another good year. And there's a steal.
Good has it. She's got now 12 steals to start this season, the third game, and she gets another one. 13 steals in 2 games in less than a quarter. Good can do just about everything.
I think Good last year had 75 steals on the year, 3 per game, so
well past that mark.
Yeah, her getting her hands in there for some thievery is no surprise.
Through 2 games, 8 points per contest, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. She really does do it all. A quality player. And she hits a couple of foul shots. Why not?
So far, Good and Bacon are the only 2 in the scoring columns for the Mustangs.
It's another turnover for Frankfurt. We mentioned it. That's 28 that you averaged per game last season. And you're playing a team in Fountain Central that really turns the ball over at a high clip.
Absolutely. Frankfurt's 8th turnover already here in the first quarter.
I think that's going to be where the keys to the game start just about every game this season.
It can be for Frankfurt, absolutely. Got to take care of the basketball.
The latter stages of the opening quarter here of the season for Frankfurt. A good rebound pulled down there by Reagan. Played 9 games last year. And they'll retain possession. This one is
one of the passes there. The ball touched by Fountain Central. Frankfurt retains, as you said.
Now Jarman gets to spend a little bit of time on the bench. Much deserved rest. We'll see. Vi will bring the ball up now as the freshman point guard.
We get to see replay there. It looks like, we're not the coaches up here. It's easy to second guess, but I would like to see Frankfurt maybe set a couple high picks for the dribbler out there to help free them up a little bit. They're having a hard time handling the ball on top.
An extra step there underneath the bucket, so it'll be another turnover for Frankfurt. Now shy of a minute remaining in this first quarter. Frankfurt's still looking for its first points of the season. A nice step on the inside. Shots missed, but to the foul line she goes. This one is brought to you by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. We'll get an extra look there. Offering free navigation services for all pregnant women. A licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor, delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. All of it Healthy Communities of Clinton County. Call Libby at 765-659-6063 for more information.
Had a good look there at the Frankfort bench as players coming by.
Free throws unsuccessful. Frankfort now with it.
It's about the only thing Fountain Central hasn't done well in the first quarter. Missing those two there.
If you're a hot dog here, you want to try to put some points up, give you a little momentum heading into the quarter break. Stolen away again, it's Wesley. She's done that well today. And now she'll lead some offense. Really talented as a freshman.
Very, very good fundamentals, very solid. Quick hands, creating problems out on top for Frankfort, handling the ball and getting into their offense.
But she's scoreless so far tonight, averaging 7 points on this young season. 10 seconds remain to play defense for the Hot Dogs, and they do just that. They get the turnover. Great defense from Sophie Michael, a promising young freshman.
Cut the baseline off there, causing the turnover, causing the travel.
You got to move quickly if you want a shot, as it's poked out of bounds. You got 2 seconds, enough time just to throw the ball in and chuck it up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Not much time to do much more.
I think it's probably coming into Jarman. Here it goes. Michael does heave one, and it nearly goes in, but that's how the first quarter will conclude. We'll come back here in a matter of moments. Joe Rook, Nathaniel Finch on the Hot Dog Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
This one brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. We provide the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning the unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. As we get second quarter action underway, Frankfort still looking for its first points of this young season.
Fountain Central defense doing a really good job. Their man-to-man picking up right after Frankfort crosses the 10-second line, causing a lot of problems.
Nearly had it there. Nice offensive rebound from Michael. And now Tovar chucks it back. Another chance at offense here for the Hot Dogs. The drive from Flores. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow switches.
That first quarter, Frankfort 10 turnovers. Fountain Central had 4.
You mentioned that as one of the keys to the game, and I think for good reason, because the Hot Dogs turned the ball over 28 times a game last year. Certainly 10 turnovers in the first quarter, not the pace you want to see.
No, that's even a little higher than last year, so not a good sign.
Just in the right place at the right time. Henley Good puts another one through the hoop. She's got double-figure scoring already.
That first quarter, Good and Bacon handled the scoring for the Mustangs.
An offensive foul will go against Frankfort, so counted as another turnover.
Wow. Frankfort trying to help the dribbler, set the pick out top. I guess the official thought she wasn't set. Get
a look at the new head coach, Bethany Meacham, served on an interim basis for a few games at the end of last season. Look at the steal. Off to the races goes Jarman. Some tight defense by the freshman Wesley. And now a chance at some offense for the Hot Dogs. Here's the layup, and it's a little too strong from Flores.
That was a good ball movement by Frankfurt. Just couldn't quite cash in on that shot.
It'll be a turnover against Fountain Central, so here's another chance for Frankfurt. You wonder if you can just knock the lid off. Maybe it'll open up some more scoring opportunities here. You just need to see one go through the hoop. Jarman will try to do so here.
Nice pass.
Look at the shot on the inside, and Wills can't get it to go. Another rebound, but she steps out of bounds. You get the rebound, and then you turn the ball over.
I think they're going to get a foul
Oh,
there.
how about that?
I think number 32 picked up a foul. Bacon.
Yeah, somebody tell the rest of this lineup. We had 3 Hot Dogs running on defense and realized they were gifted the ball.
No wonder she ran out of bounds. She got pushed out of bounds.
The inbounds pass goes into Wills. It bounces. Well, I guess it goes off of Wills, so
Yep.
it'll be another turnover.
Take another look at that. I thought maybe Fountain Central had their hands in there on that, but close, but not quite.
Wesley leads this offense. Here's a shot underneath the bucket. Wide open, good. Puts up her 13th point tonight.
That was a good offensive stack there by Fountain Central.
Here's the 3. That one nearly goes in, but Jarman can't get it to go. And I'll tell you what, for Henley Good, I don't know what they call her, but it should be Miss Good at basketball. Offensive rebound for the Mustangs. Some tight defense here, but it's a shot from downtown and another miss. Another rebound. This will be a jump ball. And a good call there gives Frankfurt the ball.
You can see the replay here. Frankfurt doing a good job getting their hands on that rebound there, tying her up.
How about Aaron Wills there with the effort?
Absolutely. Getting right in there. Getting a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Hot Dogs.
And boy, when these two teams played last season, Wills, a perfect 3 for 3 from the field. She had 6 points. Among the team's leaders, she had her way that day. But today, nobody wearing white has had their way yet. We'll see if that can continue.
So far, we're got the double zeros up there on the scoreboard for the Hot Dogs on the points.
Another turnover. Here's Fountain Central's offense. They have looked strong this season. 44 points per game in those 2 contests prior to tonight. Ball will bounce off of Wills. This one brought to you by Tier 1 Meat Company. We take pride in delivering locally sourced premium beef and pork, the kind of meat that honors the land, respects the craft, and fuels families with real flavor. From custom processing to mission-ready catering, we bring the firepower to elevate every meal and every moment. Founded by veterans, every cut is elite and every customer is family. Step into Tier 1 at 128 West Catherine Street in Flora or visit online at tier1meat.com. That is tier, O-N-E, meat.co.com.
So right now we're just seeing good ball movement.
Great ball movement leads to that.
Not being in a hurry, getting the shot they look for, and right there, good offensive rebound.
The
good
hoop and the harm. We'll see one from the line. How about good? She has done it all tonight.
Henley's good. She's gonna fill up the sheets for the field goals here in the first half. If we're not careful.
Going to run out of room to continue tallying her point total. This is her 16th point tonight. How about that? She had 16 points combined in the first 2 games.
Great half for good. Doing a great job offensively for Fountain Central.
Here's a look at the first bucket. Can't quite get it to go. And now in transition. It's a team that likes to play fast in transition and getting the bucket there.
Number 30. We have somebody else. I don't have a
There's not a 30 on this roster.
I don't have a 30 on there. That's
and
not
here
right.
she goes again. She's got a couple consecutive buckets.
We got number 30 getting 2 buckets, and I can't give her a name right now.
There's not even a 30 on the JV roster. We'll have to go down and figure that one out at halftime. Whoever she is, she probably is earning herself some more playing time.
She's got 4 points already.
This one is brought to you by FiberHawk. Now available, FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk, and now a chance at maybe the first points of the season for Frankfurt. Can they get them at the line? It's Serenity Reagan.
See what Serenity can do here. 2 shots.
Scored 3 points in her 9 games of action last season, and there it is. Frankfurt gets on the board. The 0 is wiped off, and now maybe the lid comes off the bucket for the Hot Dogs.
Yes, good to see Frankfurt get in the scoring column. See if Serenity can knock down her second free throw here.
She does.
That bank is open on Friday night. Frankfurt stays in the zone as they've employed the entire first half.
That shot missed. Skying in for the rebound. Oh, it's stolen away. But she walked with it. Boy, Brianna Flores making a great play and then having to give it up there.
Good rebound here. Good job. Let's see if she travels.
Steal that away.
She might have gotten a little step. Come on, Mr. Official.
I'll tell you what.
What little head start's not going to hurt anything.
It almost looked like the Fountain Central player might have been out of bounds with co-possession of the basketball there, too. But nevertheless, it'll be the Mustangs with the ball after the turnover. Certainly one clear thing you're right up on the whiteboard at halftime. You got to limit those turnovers. And, Joe, you must be a smart man. You said that pregame. The missed shot, but in the right place and making that play.
Number 32. That's old
Bella Bacon with
Bacon back in there.
Double-figure scoring.
Yes.
Here's another layup in transition. And this number 30 is a good player for Fountain Central. We'll have to figure out her name.
Yeah, well, for the
halftime.
For the Fountain Central fans, we apologize. We do not have a 30 on our roster.
There's half-court pressure really getting to the Frankfurt offense.
Fountain Central does a really good job moving their feet, staying in front of the people, and a good left-handed layup there.
The first made basket of the season for Frankfurt. And a great make there. How about the first one of the career, the freshman Jocelyn Viral? Not often you see freshmen starting. She could make a big impact this season.
Cairo good to get her first basket of the year.
The final 90 seconds of this opening half from Case Arena. The season opener for Frankfurt. This is the third game for Fountain Central this week. Front-loading that schedule. And a nice rebound there from Flores. She's got a few rebounds, averaged 4 per game last season. And look at that, some offense has sprouted. A couple consecutive made buckets. That was Serenity Reagan.
One of the things we talked about earlier, Frankfurt's fundamentals. That was a good catch there by number 44, Reagan, able to catch and get it up for 2.
And now some positive momentum heading into the locker room. And a chance to even get some more here with 45 seconds remaining.
See what the Mustangs want to do if they'd like to hold for the last shot. Doesn't look like they're in any hurry.
It's an offense that's been patient for the majority of this game.
But when you get a layup like that, we'll take it.
It's another shot. Now the 8th point by number 30. She really deserves to have her name called. We'll have to figure that one out. Ball hits the deck. It is stolen away by Cassandra Wildman. And now a chance for the last shot. Here it is from downtown. It's a miss. Another rebound for Brianna Flores. She has looked great tonight. And that's how the first half will end from Case Arena. But how about the 6-4 run to conclude that half, really building some things.
For Frankfort, we're looking for any positives, and we'll take that one, the 6-4 run.
This first half was brought to you in part by Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, a place where recycling always makes sense. Please call Wampler's at 659-3721 for all your trash, recycling, and scrap needs. Wampler's Disposal Service and Recycling, family owned since 1948. We've hit the half here at Case Arena. Frankfort High School will give you the entire breakdown on the halftime show, which comes up after this. Nathaniel Finch and Joe Rook on the Hot Dog Network.
At Wampler's Disposal and Recycling, we take pride in offering waste management for commercial and residential clients. As an industry leader, Wampler's Disposal and Recycling brings the most professional and responsive collection service in the business. Since 1948, our family-owned and operated company has provided excellent service at competitive rates. We offer container rentals as well. Our longevity in the industry is a testament to our excellent service. We serve all of Clinton, Tippecanoe, Boone, Howard, and Carroll counties. For all your waste removal needs, call Wampler Services Incorporated today. You can reach us at 765-659-3721. Visit us online at wamplerservicesinc.com.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Day and Genda Funeral Home, proudly putting family first, strives to care and honor the families of Clinton and Carroll County in ways that share the loved one's story. In our effort to serve your family at the highest of quality, we have added our own crematories, one for your loved one and another crematory for your furry family members. Contact us for information on how we can serve your family. Day and Gender Funeral Home, putting family first.
We've hit halftime at Case Arena, and this first segment of the halftime show presented by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. And it was certainly a half, Joe Rook, that belonged to the Mustangs, but at the end of it, Frankfort found something on offense. A 6-4 run, albeit small, certainly positive for the Hot Dogs.
Well, like we said right before we left there, anything positive for Frankfort out of that first half we'll take. 34-6 at halftime. Obviously not what the Hot Dogs were looking for. Fountain Central came out, controlled the first few minutes of the game, controlled that through the entire first half. So interesting to see what Coach Meacham might be talking about at halftime here. But Hot Dogs looking at obviously a major uphill battle here, but just looking for small positive things that they can put in their hat that, hey, this worked and something to build on.
And here's a positive if you are a Fountain Central fan. Number 30, we talked about it much throughout that second quarter. She came out and was just firing on all cylinders. Well, we figured out who she was. She had to switch jerseys. It's Kendall Nolan, the team's best player, averaging 13 points a game to lead the team through 2 games, and she put up 4 quick buckets there. So Kendall Nolan, the bright spot, along with, of course, Henley Good, Bella Bacon. They both took a shoulder of the load. We'll get you more of those numbers when we come back. Those first half thoughts, of course, presented by the Willow Creek Barn. I'm Nathaniel Finch with Joe Rook on the Hot Dog Network.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
In this town, game day starts long before kickoff. It's the work behind the scenes that makes champions. At Tier 1 Meat Company, we prep with the same focus, discipline, and pride as the hometown heroes we feed. From our block to your block, fuel every victory. Tier 1 Meat Company. Mission, feed the fans. Standard, champion quality. Scan the QR code for a game day upgrade.
Welcome back, Case Arena. Friday night girls basketball action here between Fountain Central and your Frankfurt Hot Dogs. Get to see some of the first half highlights here, which was controlled heavily by Fountain Central as they lead 34-6 here at your halftime. Frankfurt played a zone defense that entire first half. You get to see some results there of Fountain Central's patience working the ball around, getting good open shots on that zone, knocking them down. 32. Bacon had 10 points in that first half. Did a good job here looking underneath. Is that number? Missed that number, I'm sorry. But Frankfurt had their hands full right there. Good example. Fountain Central's good. Picking up right as Frankfurt crossed the 10-second line with their good man-to-man, causing Frankfurt 18 turnovers in that first half. And that's a big number of turnovers for Frankfurt to overcome. 14 there for Fountain Central. Henley Good had 16 points in that first half, showing you two of her right there with a good offensive rebound and another put back there by Good, part of her 16 points in that half. Another steal. That was number 30. And that number 30 was the guy we had trouble locating. Understand that's Kendall Nolan, who we had down as number 4. And kind of a funny side note here, we were told about her. She probably wouldn't appreciate us saying this, but she forgot her jersey. She got here and he had to give her number 30. No wonder we couldn't find that one on there. So anyway, she had a great first half. Nolan did. Get to see a couple of good highlights here for the Hot Dogs, which there was only a couple on the offensive end. Get that number 44, Serenity Reagan, had 4 points, 4 of Frankfurt's 6 first half points. So 44-6 here at half. Fountain Central controlling things, and Frankfurt trying to find anything positive they might help here in the second half.
You see the halftime score, 34-6. Got more for you after this on the Hot Dog Network.
Frankfurt Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfurt Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfurt Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfurt, Indiana.
At Day and Genda Funeral Home, we embrace change while staying true to timeless values. Our commitment to putting families first remains steadfast. With up-to-date practices and unwavering compassion, we offer the highest quality of service for your loved ones. Trust to serve your family with a classic commitment in modern times. Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Nathaniel Finch, Joe Rook on the Hot Dog Network. Halftime just about over at Case Arena. The Mustangs of Fountain Central with the lead right now over the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. These adjustments that we're about to present to you, brought to you by JXN Stump Solutions. Rooted in service, driven to remove. And Joe, what do you think the number one thing Frankfurt needs to adjust in this half? I think it's pretty clear.
One of the things we talked about in the pregame, the turnovers. Frankfurt had 18 turnovers. That's unofficial, but 18 turnovers. We had them tracked in that first half. If they got to cut that down, give themselves an opportunity to maintain that ball.
The possession arrow favors the Mustangs to start this second half. We'll start with the ball, but the positives for Frankfurt, sure, it took you a while to score your first couple buckets of the season, but they did toward the end. Had a nice little run. As we see Fountain Central, a quick three ball right out of the gate, and Henley Good can just do it all.
That 24, I believe. That was Ashwell there.
Aubrey Ashwell gets into the score sheet for the first time.
Gets her first three of this game, first points. Flores made a good aggressive, you get to see here, Flores gets the ball, made a good aggressive move, but
they call that a tie-up.
Call that a tie-up jump ball. Frankfurt out of bounds.
The lob goes to Wills, and she'll hand it off. Will stay in possession of the Hot Dogs. That is Jocelyn Kyrell, who had a bucket earlier. She played pretty well her first half of basketball as a high school student.
Freshman starters for Kyrell
and Sophie Michael as well, who has it right now on cue. Gets it picked off there by Ashwell. Ashwell, a good scorer, also leads the team in rebounders. Trying to run some offense, the Mustangs, fighting through arms, and it is another jump ball. This time, Fountain Central will retain possession. You'll see that here. Boy, a lot of contact.
Yep.
Got away with it.
A little bit there. Letting them play, as they say.
And you love to see that. Here's a quick one, and there is the foul. Ashwell went up for it, and a little too much contact. So we'll see two free throws. Hey, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Eastern, you can watch International FC face off in a UPSL matchup against Southern Indiana FC. The SIFC squad looks to keep pace atop the Kentucky-Tennessee Conference standings. Then on Wednesday, November 12th, 7:30 p.m., that's the girls' IHSAA Hoops action right here on the ISC Sports Network. The Taylor Titans travel to Florida to take on the Carroll Cougars. More upcoming events, head over to iscsportsnetwork.com, where local lives here. After those consecutive made free throws, you get the turnover, and now another chance at offense for Fountain Central. Nearly picked off there. And at this point in the game, Joe, are you looking for Franklin to come back and win the game? Probably not, but this is where Meacham can find these teachable moments.
Absolutely. Anything we talk about, hey, take anything positive, talk about that, drive that home. Good offensive rebound there by
certainly
number 3, Wesley.
After going 0-23 a season ago, you're not looking to go maybe undefeated this season, but you just want to build. You want to find all the positives and build, win a few games.
Any positives you can, talk about that, build on that. Any confidence the girls can use. would be a plus.
And, we talked about that in our pregame that you can only go up from here. It was maybe the program's worst 19 points a game a season ago. And certainly, another slow start today, but you can only go up from there.
Right. Bacon knocked down that three, her 13th point
Boy, she
of the
cannot
evening.
miss. She's got 3 triples now as well. Frankfurt takes it back. Here's Jarman.
Michael doing a good job getting on the floor, keeping that ball alive for Frankfurt, another offensive possession.
Kyril fouled on the runner. She'll get 2 chances at the line. Looked like a pretty good little offensive set. Just took too much harm. Another example of the positives. Now it's something Meacham can show her team and say, look, there are certainly good things coming out of this basketball game. Reagan and Tovar check into the game. That'll give Willis and Jarman a break. A pair of forwards enter. Kyril, the freshman, misses them both. Quickly to the other end. Pretty incredible. This Fountain Central team, as talented as they are, no seniors on the squad. Made up of mostly juniors and a handful of really talented underclassmen. It's a sign of really good coaching.
Yeah.
That one falls through. How about the 3 buried from the corner?
Number 14.
And Henley Good continues to go on a tear. 19 points for her.
As you mentioned, all underclassmen here for the Fountain Central Mustangs. Future really bright.
And it's a
not
squad
only this year, but next year.
Won 20 games a season ago, made it to the sectional championship. You won 19 games the season prior, so you've already had a couple of really, really good seasons, and it looks like they can just continue to build from there. There's an over and back call. Another turnover on the Hot Dogs.
Frankfurt now up to 21 turnovers.
And Carr knows the area well. He spent 3 years with this 3 that goes awry. Sam Carr, 3 years way back in the day. Now, I say that as a guy born in 2001. You'll probably laugh at me, but back in the late 2000s, spent 3 years as the varsity girls coach of Turkey Run High School. Now consolidated into Park Heritage, but was really successful back then. 3 sectional titles, won a regional title, and then he switched over to the boys' side of things. He coached for 6 years at North Vermilion, their winningest coach in their program history, won a sectional title there as well, and now he's really turned around this Fountain Central program. How about that Turkey Run High School? You don't hear that too often.
No, you don't. 14. Good cashing on 1 or 2 of the free throws. Oh, nice move there. Brianna Flores, nice up and under, if you will. Good job.
Flores, a bright spot and one of the handful of players that Meacham had highlighted to us before the game that, hey, keep an eye on her. She's really been a vacuum underneath the bucket, and how about the shot there?
Good to see her get her first basket of the year. 24, nice strong move there by Asheville. Going to get an and one opportunity. Showed some good strength going up through the Frankfurt player, getting that basket to go in.
And after a scoreless first half of basketball for the junior forward, she now has 8 points. How about this? 11 points, 11 rebounds. The rare double-double just one night ago against Clinton Prairie. She's had a productive couple of nights.
Yes, very much so.
Given West checks into the game, a guard for Frankfurt. Played in every game a season ago. Talked about the thievery earlier. She averaged a steal a game. One of the team leaders in that category last year. A chance for Coach Meacham to see what she has in the junior guard. Here's a 3 from the left wing. And the offensive rebound again. Maria Rose Scott. Or Bella Bacon, I beg your pardon.
Bella Bacon. Mustangs kind of having their way here on the offensive glass here in the second half. Frankfurt did a good job, average job, keeping them off the offensive boards in the first half, but not so much here in the third quarter.
That was a bright spot for Frankfurt last year, too. 20 rebounds a game was certainly a respectable number. They did a good job pulling down boards.
Some of those rebounds here in the second half for Fountain Central have been long rebounds, but still, you got for Frankfurt, you got to box out.
Oh, a lot of contact there, so catcher for the foul. Yeah, you take a look here. This was West who just
West getting a little too much of the arm there.
We were just talking about how well she does at stealing the basketball as well. Every now and then when you're that aggressive, it's going to come back to bite you.
Going to get caught once in a while.
But I think Meacham's okay with that. You want your players to be aggressive. Another steal here for Fountain Central and a chance underneath the bucket and another make. It has been all Mustangs. And Aubrey Ashwell now in double figures in this quarter alone. It's a timeout on the floor and a chance for us to catch our breath as well. We'll come back in a moment here on the Hot Dog Network.
We've all heard the question, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? Honestly, we're not sure either. But what we do know is that if it falls in your yard, it usually leaves behind an unsightly stump that you'll be stuck mowing around. At JXN Stump Solutions, we'll get rid of that stump for good, and here's the best part. We offer free estimates, so you'll know the cost before the work begins. We deliver quality work from a professional, locally owned company with a commitment to leaving your property cleaner, safer, and stump-free. Contact us today at 242-9523. At JXN Stump Solutions, we're rooted in service and driven to remove.
This game is brought to you in part by the Abstract Technology Group, doing IT differently, but making it simple. Abstract Technology Group does exactly that, whether you're located in Indianapolis, Lafayette, or all points surrounding and in between. Call 765-420-TECH, TECH, or visit abstracttechgroup.com. We're Abstract, making it simple. Get a pause down there and a chance to tell you about JXN Stump Solutions. Tired of unsightly tree stumps ruining your yard? Let them take care of it. They've got the equipment and experience to get the job done right, offering 3 tiers of service that will rejuvenate your yard. All at competitive, budget-friendly rates. Call 765-242-9523 today for a free estimate. JXN Stump Solutions, rooted in service, driven to remove. And another 3-ball. That is something Fountain Central can do so well. Michaela Carnahan.
Getting her first bucket of the evening. I think Fountain Central, at that last break there, subbed a lot of their starters, bringing in some new faces.
Well, it's the third game in 4 days and the second night of a back-to-back, so it's certainly not a bad idea to start emptying the bench maybe a little bit earlier than you normally would.
Especially here with a 53-8 lead as you near the start of the fourth quarter.
Little housekeeping for Carnahan. That was just a 2. She was inside of the arc, and they only give her credit for 2 points.
Frankfurt needs to hurry, get the ball in if they're going to get a shot here.
Yeah, with that running clock.
Did not.
The clock will just continue to roll. We'll step aside, and we've got the fourth quarter for you after this from Case Arena, the Hot Dog Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976, serving our community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, please visit FOE.com or stop by 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Frankfort, the host tonight, the season opener for the Hot Dogs, and so far hasn't really gone Frankfort's way, but it's the point in the game where you can find positives, you can build some momentum, you can get some really quality minutes out of this lineup.
Well, Fountain Central, even though they do not have a senior on their roster, very solid ball club. They come in doing a lot of good things. A tough opener for Frankfort, Fountain Central is, but Fountain Central is going to win have a really good season this year. Another lot of victories headed their way.
20 wins last year, 19 the year before, so it's been a couple really strong seasons for Sam Carr's bunch. And you're right, they'll move on likely tonight to 3-0. Really gives you a lot of confidence moving forward if you are a Mustang fan. And it's a chance. I mean, you want to play tough opponents and see what you can do against them. Frankfort's certainly playing a tough opponent tonight.
That's for sure.
Another free throw here. Tonight's game brought to you by Day and Genda Funeral Home, with locations in Frankfort, Flora, Mulberry, and Rossville. The compassionate and experienced staff at Day and Genda, dedicated to providing a loving and genuine environment for you to honor your loved one. For more information on our services and community involvement, please visit dayandgenda.com. Day and Genda Funeral Homes, where we put family first.
Frankfort ball out underneath.
You see the clock continues to roll. We've hit that running clock where one team is ahead by 35 or more points in the second half. The only time it stops, timeouts, the quarter break, and free throws. And that certainly rings true here. So to maximize this fourth quarter, Frankfort really wants to move quickly on these inbounds.
Got to keep moving along. Hopefully Frankfort can get a few more buckets to go in.
Here's a shot from Jarman. She still looks for her first, and she can't get it to go. The team's top scorer and rebounder, boys, she basically did it all for the squad as a freshman, really hoping for a promising season as a sophomore as Jarman.
I think she'll be all right going forward. She had her hands full tonight with number 3, Wesley, guarding her. She had Wesley for Fountain Central, good quick player, moved her feet well, stayed in front, give her a lot of troubles. That was Jarman.
Mostly backups in for the Mustangs. A jump ball, another positive. A nice job by this Hot Dog defense. And now entering the game for Frankfort, Jackie Tovar Gihosa. A junior, but a first-year player. She's been playing softball pretty well.
Good. One thing for Frankfort that I would say years past, the games haven't gone exactly what the girls were looking for, but they never quit playing. They never stopped. They never put their heads down. And seeing that tonight, they just keep working hard as you possibly can, and that's a great sign.
This one tipped. Another good play by this defense, but that's what negates the over and back. Here's an open look. It's Kinley Elkins. 6 points through these 2 games, and she now kind of leads the point for this second unit. Carnahan walked with it. It is a turnover now that Frankfort gets the ball. This one brought to you in part by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, offering free navigation services for all pregnant women. A licensed nurse is available to help you with free pregnancy tests and prenatal vitamins, insurance assistance, prenatal appointment assistance, smoking or vaping cessation, breastfeeding, labor delivery, safe sleep, car seat, and newborn care education. Call Libby 765-659-6063 for more information. A transition bucket off the glass. You mentioned it. The bank is open tonight at Case Arena on a Friday night.
I believe that was was that 21 Elkins?
That's right. She's come in and played pretty well, and she gets a steal here. Elkins. Well, double dribble. Elkin's a bright spot for the second unit with Fountain Central. If you're looking to get married, we've got just the place for you. Attention all engaged couples. Discover why the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities, providing the perfect backdrop for your dream barn wedding. To start planning your unforgettable day, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com. The clock continues to roll. And each possession now etching toward what could be the last in this game. It's a big opportunity for Frankfort. Here in transition. And fouled. She'll have a chance for a couple at the line. Sophie Michael can get her first points.
Sophie Michael. Good heads-up drive there.
One of two starting freshmen.
Like to see her knock a couple down.
And get her first career points. I think could go a long way for her. We've seen Jocelyn Kyrell behind her, number 10, you see on the middle of the screen there. She's scored already. And now Michael with a chance to add to her total in her first game.
Good to always get that first free throw to go down.
And the second one as well.
2 for 2. Nicely done, Sophie.
Really a chance to be a big impact player for this squad this year.
Good ball movement there by the Mustangs. Inside, going to get an opportunity for 2 free throws. That is number 42, Wolverton.
She did play in both of the prior games, but just a minute each. Still looking for her first career point. The freshman could do that here at the stripe. Again, one of the lone times that the running clock will stop are these free throws. And she's still searching for her first career point. The board, and now in transition goes Michael. Help from her fellow freshman starter in Kyrell, who will step out of bounds. Tonight's game is produced by the students of Frankfort High School as part of a partnership between Hot Dog TV and the ISC Sports Network. At ISC, we couldn't be more proud of the efforts of Richard Salee, who heads up the program at Frankfort, and all the students taking part in this year's telecasts. Thank you for your hard work. As always, you can catch almost every boys and girls basketball game all season long on ISC and Hot Dog TV. And Joe, how about the big shout out to the students working the broadcast tonight? Ethan, Lucas, Cameron, and Broderick. It's been flawless.
Hey, they do a great job.
They make the two of us sound and look good for sure.
we need all the help we can get. So we appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You see a good camera shot there and a good replay. An example of the quality students working on this one. The final 90-plus seconds set to expire. Here's Jarman still looking for her first points of this season. Led the team in scoring a year ago. Michael and Kyrell handed off to each other. Here's Jarman again. A 3 ball from the lefty. Michael gets her own board. Here's a 3 ball now from Jarman on cue. Another offensive rebound, and there another example of some good positives.
Yes. Number 52 for Frankfort Wills doing a good job here. You see her get right in there.
Boy, she's really...
Get her hands on that ball, take it right back up. That's what you need to do, get a foul and opportunity for 2 shots.
She's gotten a lot of rebounds so far today. She's been strong on the glass. Averaged just 2 of those a season ago per contest, and today well past that number. She's been very good on the glass. A turnover there, so Frankfort gets possession. This is a Fountain Central team, only averages 14 turnovers per game.
That was their, well, I have them down as that was their 10th for this evening.
So certainly
doing a fine job taking care of the ball, yeah.
We'll step aside once again on the Hot Dog Network.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
We'll be sure to stick around for the post-game show. It's brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn. We'll get to that after these final 54 seconds tick off the clock. We'll get you a player of the game, brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles. Everything else you need to know about this matchup and what is coming up for the Hot Dogs. As they have possession here, and Jarman will walk the ball up the floor. Here's Brianna Flores, who's looked really, really positive today. Pulled down a lot of rebounds as a guard. You like to see that.
Yeah, Flores, I think, is very athletic. She moves very well, gets her hands on a lot of rebounds. Just does a lot of good things for the Lady Hot Dogs.
The final possession here, and it's a 3-ball. How about that? Why not fire it away?
Yeah.
A season opener for the Hot Dogs. Fountain Central, this is their 3rd game, so they will advance to 3-0. Not a bad first week for Sam Carr's squad. The final buzzer sounds, and the final score, it is a Fountain Central 45-point victory here from Case Arena. And we've got a loaded post-game show for you when we come back. Joe Rook, Nathaniel Finch on the Hot Dog Network.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
The Willow Creek Barn has been voted the best of weddings on the knot for 4 years running. The Willow Creek Barn has earned its reputation for a reason. With breathtaking grounds, a stunning barn, and a staff that goes above and beyond, making sure that every detail is perfect, your wedding day will be seamless, joyful, and unforgettable. From the first look to the last dance, your happily ever after starts here. To book your dream wedding, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
It's time for the post-game show brought to you by the Willow Creek Barn, where nature and nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. You see a few of the highlights here. The final, it's a 45-point victory for Fountain Central, but they had a 2-game head start. This is a team led by Sam Carr, and the Mustangs just really firing on all cylinders. The Hot Dogs, their first game of the season. It is going to take a little bit to get used to. They lose another game here, but I don't think it is all doom and gloom for this squad. Joe Rook, what are your thoughts on how the Hot Dogs played?
I think Frankfurt, they were doing some positive things as the game went along. It was certainly a rough start for them. They were down 34-6 at half, but ended up only with 10 points for the game, and that's obviously a tough thing to overcome, along with their 26 turnovers. So a couple things there. Obviously, more than a couple things they need to work on, but hey, Fountain Central is going to win a lot of games this year. Good, solid ball club, does a lot of good things. So it was a tough start for the Lady Hot Dogs, but I think they'll have many positive things coming this year.
It's time to name the player of the game, and it's brought to you by the Frankfurt Eagles. A few different Hot Dogs put up strong performances. What were your thoughts on our Frankfurt Eagles player of the game?
Well, I think you and I had talked there at the break, and we're going to go with Brianna Flores as our player of the game. She only had 2 points, but she did a lot of good things for Frankfort. She moved well on defense, was working hard on that zone, got several rebounds, moves well, very athletic, so she's going to be our Frankfort Eagles player of the game this evening.
She averaged 4 rebounds a contest last year, certainly went over that mark tonight. It just felt like anytime a big rebound needed to be had, it was Flores who pulled it down. You liked what she did on defense as well, really switched well. I like that. Your player of the game, brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, is the sophomore forward, Brianna Flores. A strong performance tonight. Tonight's game was brought to you in part by Abstract Technology Group, doing IT differently, making it simple. By Day and Genda Funeral Home, putting family first. By Fiberhawk, fast, affordable Fiberhawk. By Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976, people helping people. And finally by the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn weddings of your dreams. Nathaniel Finch with Joe Rook. It was a pleasure calling this game with you, and there are certainly some positives to be taken from the Hot Dogs. They will be back in action on the road Tuesday night against 2A Elwood. They'll return back here to Case Arena after a couple of games, not until November 18th. That's against North Montgomery. It's a winnable game there. Certainly a lot of positives and a lot to look forward to this season for Frankfort.
Absolutely. Tough start, but it's a long season. They'll stick with it. Look for good things coming from the Lady Hot Dogs.
For Robert, Ethan Lucas, Cameron Broderick, Joe Rook to my right, I'm Nathaniel Finch signing off from Case Arena in Frankfort. It's a 45-point win for Fountain Central over Frankfort, and have a great weekend.